Step into a journey where every step is packed with purpose, insight, and empowerment. This is Walk with Wisdom with your host, Genevieve Wisdom. Walk with Wisdom is a dynamic podcast series designed for men and women 40 and over who are ready to embrace their best years yet. Life at this stage isn't about slowing down. It's about leveling up. Each episode is a walkthrough guide to mastering life's transitions, rediscovering passions, and thriving physically, mentally, and emotionally. We bring you expert advice, real life stories, and actionable strategies to help you stride confidently into a future of vitality and fulfillment. So now, please welcome the host of Walk with Wisdom, Genevieve Wisdom.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Genevieve Wisdom. Welcome to Walk with Wisdom, a lifestyle show on youthful aging, which is looking good and feeling amazing as you age. I always want to take the time in the nexus of the show to thank our valued listeners, of course, or valued guests, and just to remind you where we are. So you're obviously seeing us live either on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, but we're on all the audio platforms as well. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, connect with Bullbrave TV and click the reminder, and you can know when the show is coming on weekly. Always remember to give us a thumbs up. Always remember to leave those amazing comments so that I know where to go with the show because this show is about you. You're going for a walk with wisdom on what you would like to hear about youthful aging. Now, today is an amazing show in the sense that, as gotten to know each other over the last, can you imagine? It's 12 weeks already. Thank you all who've been there from the beginning. I see some of the comments of those of you who have been there from the very beginning and tell your friends and keep coming back for great insights and talks. So, I wanted you to get to know me. So I do an interview, the interviewer segment. I did that on the first show. I did that on the fourth show when I shared with you my menopause journey and what goes on, which ties into this show. I'm going to talk to you about skin, what this show is about, beauty from the outside in, why I started to do it, but specifically about skin and skincare that is affected through hormonal changes. And as we know, it's not just for the girls, it's for the guys too. Guys skin change, but it's not just after 40. A lot of my valued listeners and followers and viewers are actually under 40, and we're going to have a beautiful young lady come and tell us why she likes the skincare. So this is the outside in part that we're talking about. Before I introduce my guest today, I'm just going to remind you that everything we're talking about, it's just information. We're having conversation. And if you're changing your skincare routine or if you have anything going on, of course, see your primary care practitioner, whether a dermatologist, medical doctor, etc. And if you needed to go deep, if you had further questions, I've been a coach for many decades now. You can email me at wisdom@walkwithwisdom.ca, wisdom@walkwithwisdom.ca, and we talk about you specifically. Without further ado, Dan, can you bring up the lovely Katerina and I will introduce her while she's online with me. Hi, Katerina.
Hi, Genevieve.
Thank you for joining us today on Walk with Wisdom.
Of course. It's so lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So, Katerina, I am going to tell our valued viewers just a tiny bit about who you are, this amazing woman. And I'm just so grateful for you to come on and put me in the hot seat so you can get to know me more, but not just you, everybody else, and this amazing skincare. So, everyone, this is Katerina. And she's a mortgage broker, which is so important to all of us and all of our lives as we walk through life. Um, she provides personalized and professional mortgage services that align with her clients' financial goals. With over a decade of experience in the financial industry, She has reviewed over 1,000 mortgage applications and helped many individuals and families to find the right mortgage options to meet their needs. Her approach is straightforward and transparent. She starts with understanding their financial goals and requirements and then recommends the most suitable mortgage option. Katerina is committed to guiding her clients through each step of the process, ensuring that they feel comfortable and informed by every step and in every step. And we will put up Katerina's contact as well at the end. So while she does all that foundationally, Katerina had time, made time for us girls to co create Van City Boss Ladies. And it's a network of businesswomen in our area. And Kat, I will let you talk more about that if you can tell our valued viewers really how we met and a little bit more about you. And maybe you want to fill in a few of the holes because you do so many things beautiful, Katerina.
Thank you so much, Genevieve. Absolutely. Um, I started my own business, 2.5 years ago. I've been in finance for over 10 years, and I thought I've got so much experience. I can do it all my own, and started this journey about 2.5 years ago. But it felt very lonely, to be
Mm.
honest. And my best friend at the time, she already ran her own business, successful business. So I came to her and we started going to networking events together. And it was really kind of it was very challenging time for me as a brand new business owner. I know how it is. It's very there's so many things you have to learn, you have to
Of
do, and
course.
together we decided to create a community for women in business because we I knew how it felt, and she did as well. And that's how Van City Boss Lady is created. And we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary, and we got over 300 businesses that are owned by women in our
Wow.
community. And through our networking events that we host every month, every second month, we help women to feel empowered, motivated, and really connect with each other on a deeper level and help each other to get through these tough times when you are starting your business, when you have challenges, when you need help or advice or just somebody to connect with who can understand you, because we all have family and friends, but if they don't know exactly what you're going through, it will be really hard for them to be there for you. But if there
Of
is a
course.
person who has exact same journey as you are, that's that's what we want people to meet, connect, and help each other really, and um, be there for each other.
Of
That's
course.
very powerful, and that's
Of
how we
course.
met. We've
And that's
met.
how we met. Yes, that is how we met everyone. So I met lovely Katerina. And I don't know, Dan, I am quite certain I gave you her Instagram handle because that's how we're gonna communicate today. But that's how we met. It was at Van City Boss Ladies. I fell in love with Katerina. You can tell her spirit, her care, and her beauty. And you know, Katerina, us girls, we've been talking about
Yeah,
so many different things that we go through. We've been doing it
yeah,
here on the show, not just with the girls, but with the men, which is why I like what you say because we still have our lives, we still have our
yeah,
families while we're doing business. And everyone, one other thing that you need to know about me is I'm a consummate entrepreneur. So when I met this amazing young entrepreneur and she brought all of us together from all different stages, I thought amazing. And thank you for coming on this show today, Walk with Wisdom,
thank
to help everybody get to know me a little bit more and what this show and me, what I am all about. Thank you, Katerina.
thank you for having me. I'm
Of
so excited
course,
to just learn about you.
of course, of course. So, Kat, I know you have some questions. We talked about the dance that we're gonna do today. So, Kat, I will let you take over to interview the interviewer.
I would love that. And thank you for opening up about your journey, because I feel like it's so important to be genuine about what you're going through and sharing your experience, because I'm sure there are people who are going through exact same things that you are going through. And that's the only way to help, and people can really get a good advice from what you've gone through and just avoid things that obviously there are preventative things that could be done. And I know that you've been a life coach, helping people really transform from inside out. And just, I have a question, like, what inspired you to take the same healing philosophy and really creating that Revive 25 organic skincare from the outside in?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you, Kat, for asking, because that is one of the tenets of the show and where I am right now in life. So, yes, as a life coach, obviously we deal with life and all the different nuances in life. And of course, we deal with things that's going on the inside, like emotions and health,
Yeah.
etc. However, why I wanted to turn things around, turn things upside down, make people think, did she say beauty from the outside in? Yes, I did, is because I started out as a fashion model at 13. I was 5'8" at 13. I was walking down the street here where we live on the North Shore. This gorgeous blonde came bounding out of her high end clothing store and said, "You're so beautiful, you should model." I had no idea what that was. I was just fresh here from the Caribbean. But I said, okay, in my accent at the time, and started on a modeling journey. We will talk about that another time, and I'll probably have you come back, Kat, along with a lot of the designers and women in fashion and beauty in our area. We can share with everyone across the globe our experiences. However, for now, one thing that I learned about me is I didn't have the gift of putting on makeup nor doing my hair. Didn't have that gift. Other people did it for me. But one thing mom told me is keep great skin. Because she said throughout life, that's something that you can always hang on to. You may change how you wear makeup, etc., but keep great skin. So cleanse, tone, moisturize. And that was it from the 80s. Now I give everyone a glimpse as to my age. In the 80s, that was foundational. Three things: cleanse, tone, moisturize. That really hasn't changed. Names have changed. And as I went through my journey, I got into the nutraceutical end of things. And for those of you who haven't seen our past podcasts, go back. We talk about nutraceuticals. We talk about things that we can take on the inside to support the outside. And that's the entire premise of what I do with the skincare. Because now a woman, okay, might as well I say it, in my late 50s, people look at my skin. And Kat, after talking about everything that's gone on here, a lot of what I do to do this show and just share with everyone my wisdom at this age is I clip on a ponytail, pop in my contacts, put on my skincare, done. And honestly, many times that's all I have the energy for. And so everyone was saying, "Gosh, your skin is great. Is it because you're chocolate?" And I go, "No, I've worked at it." And so when I found a medical grade, nutraceutical grade lab that had
Yeah.
all the skincare, all the nutraceuticals that I talk about on the inside. They were putting it in the skincare, and you can put it on your skin on the outside. So important. I know later on we may get an opportunity to talk about organic skincare and what's in her skincare and all those different things. But that's what really made me jump on this, because let's face it, we have an experience of each other like this. We see each
Yeah.
other first, then we get to know each other's heart. And so, Katerina, that was an amazing question. I gave everyone a little walk, a little journey of Genevieve as to how I got here with the major tenet of this show, beauty from the outside in. And we're going to talk about my organic skincare line, Revive 25, when we come back. And we have a special guest. When we come back, we're going to have a quick break for our sponsors right now, Katerina. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Genevieve Wisdom, and welcome back to Walk with Wisdom, a lifestyle show on youthful aging, which is looking good and feeling amazing as we age. Now, today's an interesting and exciting show. I call it the interviewer segment. I have two amazing ladies here with me today. First, it's Katerina. She's co-founder of Van City Boss Ladies. Katerina, Dan, if you can pull up Katerina, please. Hi, Katerina. Welcome back.
Hey, thank
Um,
you.
you're welcome. And we had a great conversation in the first segment. I am going to bring in another beautiful lady. Her name is Alina. And Alina has been using this skincare that we're going to talk about, the whole beauty from the outside in concept. So, Alina, thank you for joining us today.
Hi everyone. Hi Jen. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Alina. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you heard everything that's been going on. We're just going to jump right into it. So, I have a skincare line called Revive 25. We're doing, we're letting everybody else know about it. However, several of you have known about it before we've come out to do this launch. And so, Alina, you've been using Revive 25 skincare, but before you tell me about that, can you just share a little bit? You do so much, not unlike Kat. Can you share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then we'll go into skin and skincare?
Sounds good. Right now I'm a post-secondary student. I'm also an event coordinator for a restaurant brand. I'm a travel addict, a soccer player, and in my spare time, I do background acting and modeling.
Okay. Kat, I told you she did a lot, not unlike
Yeah.
you. You ladies are just so incredibly talented. And I actually met Alina with modeling, really. And that's when she was introduced to Revive 25 Skincare. And her skin is lovely, but I wanted her to come on in her age group. And we'll talk about that a little bit later because, I created this, now you know that I'm your big sister. We would never say mom, big sister. So I'm an older lady now, but I've been using this stuff since I was in my late teens and early 20s. And Alina caught it. So, Alina, can you tell us a little bit about just your skincare routine in general? What is it that you focus on when you take care of your skin? Is it just the cleansing aspect of it, the moisturizing aspect? Just maybe start there for us.
Yeah, so with skincare in general, my whole life, I never really thought it was that big of a deal. I didn't grow up using a whole lot of skincare products, to be honest with you. I would just maybe use a moisturizer or really anything I just had laying around the house. It wasn't a serious thing up until a couple years ago when my skin started getting really dry. I didn't have bad acne or anything, which I do feel a little bit blessed for, but my skin was blotchy, it was red, and it was dry. So up until the day I actually discovered Revive 25, there was nothing in my routine that was very, like, that I was stuck on. It was really just anything. So I had the privilege of discovering Revive 25 about a year and a half ago when I did a photo shoot for the brand. And you guys gave us little samples of certain skincare products from Revive 25 just to use to say thank you. And I started using, I believe it was an oil. So it was a face oil. That was the first thing I ever used. And
Yeah.
with 4 to 5 days, my skin was so moisturized, glowing like it never had before. And the biggest thing I found was that my makeup actually stayed on for a lot longer. It went on a lot smoother because I was using the proper base. I was prepping my skin in a way that I never had before.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for saying that. And this is what's so interesting. And Kat, you and I know we're just listening to Alina here. But here's what's interesting about the product you're talking about. That's the Sacha Inchi and Hyaluronic serum oil. I love oils because I tend to have dry skin as well. Kat, what kind of skin do you tend to have?
So I just recently went to do a facial for the first time ever in my life, and she told me that it's a combination. So I have a
Yes,
dry and oily kind of
of course.
skin. Yeah.
Of course, which is not unusual. And to some level, I think all of us have it. But mine, not unlike Alina's, was more on the dry side. And so it's so great to hear that although Revive 25 skincare, and, I talk about the age group, a lot of time, especially for us girls, it's hormones that drive our skin. And we go through hormonal changes throughout our entire life. And we were talking about menopause on one end, but from we start with our monthly cycles, all these different things, and just every 7 years, I don't know if you ladies knew this, every 7 years, all of us go through a massive hormonal change. And so it's interesting when your skin was dry, and even though the Sacha Inchi and Hyaluronic, people might say, oh, well, it's for, older skin like me. Not at all. And when you start using it younger, Alina, it's better. So I'm so glad about that. Um, was there anything else that really stood out for you with the brand? I'll just let you talk freely instead of leading questions. Was there anything else?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that really got me is the fact that it's all natural products. Again,
Yeah.
before I never really cared. However, knowing that it's all natural products and that it's the kind of brand that you want to use for long term skin rather than just like to fix a problem temporarily. This is something that'll last me into older aging, and just letting my skin grow naturally rather than trying to fix every problem that comes my way.
Absolutely. And I love that. And Kat, as a life coach, you asked me that on the first question, and Alina may have known that. That is my background. Because I have the fashion modeling background, and then I went into nutraceuticals, which is research, science-based vitamins and minerals. The skincare is the same, and it almost has an innate intelligence. So as Alina said, Kat, as she gets younger, I like to call it youthful aging. So as she ages and gets younger, it has almost an innate intelligence. It's not going to clog your pores like a lot of the chemicals do. And Kat and I will probably get into the organic versus non-organic later on in the segment. But you're absolutely right, Alina. As you can take this through life, and as your skin changes, the skincare line has that innate intelligence because it's organic, because a lot of the ingredients that are in here are research, but it also has a stamp of approval, etc. So, what is your favorite um one of the line that you've tried so far? Because everyone, and Alina knows, we've introduced new items along the way, but what's your favorite product so far, Alina?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, the Sacha Inchi hyaluronic oil was the first one I tried, and to this day, the one I swear by. But
Yeah.
I using the I believe it's called the Tremla serum.
Oh, yes, yes. Tremella serum, yes.
Sorry.
Yes. And tell me what you like about that one.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. It's just one of those things that preps my skin so nicely. It feels really good on the face, which is a huge thing. And
Yes.
I think the products together has really worked wonders for my skin. I do still wear makeup pretty often, and my skin is prepped so well with those two products. That's really all you need too. Some people think
Oh,
that you need a whole lot, but I think just a couple basics will do you
wow.
wonders.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that is amazing. And I'm glad that actually brings us to a really good section. I want some gifts, and really it was Kat, her kindness, you, Alina, really prepped me to give the ladies and gentlemen some gifts. And one of the ones that I wanted to offer at a really reduced gift price is the Revive 25. Of course, this is the cleansing mousse. It's an apple stem cell cleansing mousse. Smells like apples. And Alina, I love that you say you wear makeup. A lot of us girls, listen, I'm not averse to makeup. I just can't see to put it on anymore. This takes off your makeup without stripping your skin and gives you even a more solid foundation for preparing your skin for the other serums and your makeup. So this is going to be offered 25% off because it's Revive 25. Huge discount and savings. And we'll talk a little bit more, those of you who are coming through Vancity Boss Ladies, but it's for all my viewers. Go to wisdom at walkwithwisdom.ca or at Revive 25 Skincare on Instagram. You see Alina's Instagram there if you want to follow her. She's a model. She does so many different things. So those of you who may have some incredible modeling gigs, etc., there is Alina. And of course, Katerina and I will be coming back. She can take care of your mortgages, and we're going to talk more about skin. Alina, you're beautiful. You're amazing. Thank you for coming. Any last minute words you want to say before we let you go from this segment?
Thank you so much for having me. And I will say that getting to know you, Genevieve, has probably been one of the best things that has happened to me. You have inspired me so much to take care of myself, take care of my skin, and really just like love who I am, how I look, no matter what.
Thank you. Thank you, beautiful Alina. And I couldn't have said it better. To end this, you brought tears to my eyes. And that's it, especially for us girls. Cat knows no matter what, we love who we are. And great skincare makes us love ourselves even more. We're going to take a break for our sponsors. We'll be right back. Thank you, Alina. Hi, everyone. I'm Genevieve Wisdom. Welcome back to Walk with Wisdom. I'm here today with Kat. Kat, hi. We've been talking, I want to say girl talk about skin and beauty from the
Hi.
outside in. Doesn't
Yes,
it feel
yes.
like it?
What what a great, honestly, topic to discuss because there's so much information out there, and it's so hard and so confusing sometimes when you go look at some products. I don't know the difference sometimes. I don't know where to start. So I love chatting about it because it's nice to know that you know the answers and I can ask you all those questions that I had for so long.
Oh, that's awesome, Kat. Thank you for that. Um, so you heard Alina, she
Yes.
loves the skincare. I know that you've tried the skincare as well, but I have so much more coming out on the line. What is one
Yeah.
question that stands out
Yeah.
for you and
Yeah.
maybe
So yeah, of course. And it was great to hear Alina's feedback because that's the most important thing. Obviously, if somebody used your products and they trust you and trust that if they see the results, that's really important.
yes.
My question is always, okay, so there's so many different brands, and I've used your product and I love it. And there's so many brands. Sometimes the advertisement is, let's say, organic, or like let's say simply organic, or let's say USDA certified organic, or for example, sometimes there's European certified organic skincare. Like, how do I know, like, what is the difference, and where is the Revive 25 fit in between all the three, I guess, or the three or other or certifications, or how does it really work?
Oh, thank you. And that's a phenomenal question. And it's huge. And we're probably going to have another powwow session about all of that because it's a very, very, very large topic. However, I'll start with a story. So, Kat, I'm not sure if you saw my initial show, but when I started this, my first interview, the interviewer with the lovely Megan, um, one thing that I wanted everyone to get to know about me is that I talk in stories because when you tell stories, you remember more because there's so much information out there. So my story about organic versus non-organic and all of that. So I had been in fashion modeling, as I mentioned, since I was 13. On and off, I wasn't a supermodel, but I got quite a bit of gigs, different gigs. And then later on, I started to hear about preservatives in makeup. Preservatives like mercury, but it's not called mercury, it's called many different things. Then I started to hear about preservatives in skincare and body care. And by the way, Kat, last week we had the lovely Dolores Stornes Bliss. She was on talking about all the metals and chemicals that are out there in our environment, like our home care products, etc. Well, I found out that us girls are putting all those things in our body through our skin. Because remember, everyone, our skin is our largest organ, sort of. It's really the endothelium, but we'll talk about that another time. But it covers our body. So let's just say, for the purpose of the show, largest organ. And we absorb things through it transdermally. That's why some drugs, as you know, cat or different things, they tell you to put it on your skin because whatever we put on our skin, we absorb. And I freaked out and I thought, what is going on? And as a life coach, and I love people, and like you, I have a heart. And when I find something out, I go, why don't we know this, us girls and guys? Because every guy in my family, sometimes they take care of their skin more better than I do, always washing and putting things on. And that's how I started to research was what was out there. And I realized a lot of the popular things had a lot of preservatives and chemicals for shelf stable. So it stays longer, open,
Yeah.
doesn't get back to all these different things. However, there is a different way to do it. And I learned about eating organically, which a lot of people get eating organically. Well, the same thing for your skincare. So I went and I sussed it out. I sorted products that were locally made In some areas, that's what keeps it a lot, the integrity a lot more in some cases. But also, a lot of companies, when they have the stamp of approval, so for instance, USDA certified organic products is the gold standard across the globe, because there's all these different things that has to be checked off. So if you see a product that has a USDA organic sticker, it's a gold standard, and some of my products have that. However, across the board, the products that we use are ethically sourced. We are here in Canada, so they are in our local area, locally sourced. That being said, a lot of my family and friends and clients are across the world, including in America, because the product line and how I get it sourced in the lab where it's created has that level of standard for organic. So again, the highest USDA. There are many, many different types. You can just Google it, everyone. It's not, under lockdown, but you want to make sure you're using something that's clean, that doesn't have preservatives, that has the really essential oils, like Dolores mentioned last week. Revive 25 organic skincare has all of that because our skin eats, and we don't want to mess up our hormones and have, when we go through different stages, we have hormonal skin. Anyway, we don't want to do that because that's when we get wrinkles, dull skin, dry skin, all the other things we don't like as we get older.
I love that. Thank you for just sharing that, because obviously so many people, I don't know, so many people don't know. Like
Absolutely.
you go to a drugstore to buy some kind of a makeup product. You don't know what's in there. You assume
Absolutely.
that as advertised. It's good for, it looks
Absolutely.
good, so everything we use is basically, there is an impact. Maybe you don't see it today, but your skin will show probably in the future what, the use
Absolutely.
of all of it. Yeah. And in terms of the ingredients in your product,
Yes.
I'm just also wondering, what are the one or two ingredients in your line, for example, or maybe part of the products, that's actually sourced organically and makes a difference in in a skin product? Like, what are the ingredients that we should look out, or maybe in your products?
Right, right. Well, the entire line that I have is organic. Now, depending on whether or not you can get certain stamp, it's a really highly expensive process, which sometimes is prohibitive for some smaller mom and pops that are truly just grinding up the lavender that was as organic as we can get in the world we live in, but
Yeah.
they don't have the tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands to get those stickers. I have been blessed that the lab that I work with, there are ways in which we can actually spread the cost, that I can bring those products to everyone at a really, really reasonable price. Now, I love the entire skincare line. And one thing I want to say about that is, when you have an organic skincare line like mine, even if, let's say, you have to use something like one of my favorite product, which I'll talk about afterwards, is the apple stem cell foaming mousse. To get that nice foam, some coconut just isn't gonna do it. So we have something in there that will give it that nice foam. It is natural based nonetheless, so we're not gonna go out and get a petroleum product, which a lot of foamers, that's what it's from. So it's still natural and as clean as possible. You're not gonna go as far the other end as you can. So what do I love the most? Let me see. I had brought a couple of things. Of course, they fell. I love, love, love the toner, and
Oh,
it's called a toner. It's resveratrol. Um, it's a resveratrol toner, and everyone, you can see it on the website. So the website is revive25skincare.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at Revive25 Skincare. And I know Kat and I are linked, so when I'm going to start to put out more little clips, so all the ladies from Vancity Boss Ladies, hi y'all, thank you for coming in. They can hear about this amazing product. So resveratrol, I love. Resveratrol is an antioxidant. And resveratrol, do you remember when they told us, Kat, oh, drink wine because it has an antioxidant, which is good for you?
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah,
So,
I remember
yes,
that. I still follow that advice. Yeah,
I get it. I get it. Well, me and some of my girlfriend, we followed it too much. So we go,
yeah.
let's just consider skincare instead. So resveratrol, it's an antioxidant. It's from the purple skin of grapes and other fruit and veggies, and it's in the toner, so it's a natural base. And what it does is when you spray it on, it tones the skin. It's also a refresher. Now, there's been a misnomer about toners out there. In the past, people would have to tone their skin because we have what's called an acid alkaline um, balance on our skin. So if you use something too astringent, it strips it. Now you have to tone it to bring the pH back in line so your skin doesn't dry out. That's not the kind of toner we're talking about here with resveratrol. Resveratrol is an antioxidant. It's more refresher. A lot of my friends and other amazing businesswoman who became a friend after using Revive 25 skincare, she goes, I wear a ton of makeup. And throughout the day, she would just refresh with a resveratrol toner. And it was amazing. I love that because, the other part of what I love, which is beauty from the outside in, is the nutraceuticals. Well, resveratrol is a nutraceutical. You can get it in a pill. It's an antioxidant. And what happens is everything that we do in life causes stress. It's called oxidative
Yeah.
stress. That oxidative stress so shows up fine lines, dryness, wrinkle, sagginess, dullness. Resveratrol antioxidant sprayed on the outside really takes that away. Take a supplement and you can come to wisdom at walkwithwisdom.ca or on my Instagram, we have resveratrol through DFH and you take it on the inside. This is why this skincare line is so superior. It's from the outside in. So resveratrol toner on the outside, resveratrol nutraceutical on the inside. Your skin is going to look and feel better much faster than if you're just doing the one thing. But also, that resveratrol antioxidant that you're taking is helping eyes, heart health, joints, everything that antioxidants do, digestion. It's also helping that. And that makes it beauty from the outside in. So I like the resveratrol toner. I love the apple stem cell
That's
face
one.
wash. Now, it's organic apples that's used here. It's the Swiss German apple, very unique. So I'll tell you a story about that. When you cut apple, it discolors when it's in
Yeah,
the air. It's called oxidation,
yeah.
oxidative stress. The Swiss German apple, a special one, it's trademarked. It doesn't do that. It lasts up to 30 days
Ah,
before it starts
wow.
going brown. And so that is the base of this face wash. Smells like apples, amazing. A nice foam, gentle foam, not chemical foam, gentle foam, all natural. And it takes off makeup. You need something to take off your makeup because you need to keep the skin clean. So this is great. And this is the one for everyone, Vancity Boss ladies, all my valued guests, 25% off the Apple Stem Cell Cleanser. You can do it as a pre order. And it's really great because of the smell. And guess what? The men love it. So I wanted a skincare that was for everyone. I just,
Yeah.
and so husbands, sons, young kids. My girlfriend used it on her kids. Everyone can use it. And it smells like apples. Of course, if you're allergic to apples, don't use something made from apples. Just common sense and don't start any routine without checking with your dermatologist or doctor if you're sensitive. But across the board, this is really, really great.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to pre-order and try. Well, I've tried in the past different products, and I feel like sometimes you have to go through these, just talk to people, hear
Yes.
people who talk about products, and really
Yes.
trust and try it. And I can't wait to try it.
That's awesome, Kat. Thank you so much. And I know that we've talked about the products, you've sampled the products, and now we're ready to do the launch in our area. I have a couple of brick and mortar places that we're starting with the launch. One is an organic honey area, and I have the link. It's going to be on our social media because
Amazing.
we have all organic skincare section and this amazing honey that's so good for immune system, which is good for skin, and also Living Wellness Spa. It's in Maple Ridge,
Oh,
and it
wow.
will also be on my Instagram where you guys can go, and gals. I meant gals, but guys, you know what I mean. And and try that. But certainly online, we have this amazing pre-order for
That's
the
amazing.
apple stem cell cleanser.
That's amazing. I can't wait to try. No, it's been very educational, and I'm just so happy that I get to be part of it and learn about it. Thank you. It's just amazing. Yeah, I love everything about it. Obviously, we need to think about organic, natural, and because
Absolutely.
there's so much happening, so many external factors that already, on it's hard on our bodies as it is. There are so many things.
Absolutely.
If we can go organic and eat healthy and take care of our skin with healthy products, that just, that's all we need.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Kat. No, we just have a couple minutes left in the show, and before we go, I just wanted to tell you again, thank you. Tell you everyone for tuning in. Thank you all. Like Alina said, and you too, Kat, is that just hearing this wisdom. And so everyone asked me, Genevieve, show us your wisdom on, looking good and feeling amazing as you age. And we go through changes. Trust me, I
Yeah.
know. But no matter what changes we're going through, especially as girls, we can be really hard on ourselves. If we have beautiful skin, we wake up. Sometimes that's all I've got. I've got this great skin, and I go, thank you. I've got some beautiful skin. Ow. But then I keep going, and you'd use your organic skincare on the outside, easier on the liver. Those of you who haven't seen the past shows, go back where we talked about how important our liver health and our gut health is on skin as well. Now, Kat, I'm probably going to put you on the spot here for the last minute or so of the episode, but what's coming up with Vancity Boss Ladies? I can't have you here and not find out what's next. Is there anything on the horizon?
Yes, we're hosting our next event on March 1st. It's an event about um,
May
basically
1st? Sorry, Kat. Did you mean
May
we're
May
May 1st?
May yeah May 1st,
Okay,
and
perfect.
yes, May 1st, and it's in Vancouver. It's basically about your um, mindset, and um, we've got an amazing speaker who can help you to overcome some of the challenges, some blocks in your mind. It's very important for women in business, for entrepreneurs, and her topics are 60 tips to become your magnificent self. So basically, just opening up all the blocks that you may have in subconscious mind, and just help you to feel better about yourself, your business, build confidence, and just get inspired and motivated. We always, at our events, we always try to motivate our women
Of
entrepreneurs
course.
because it's so important. And I feel like it's a very special um, time where people come for this 2 3 hours, and they can just learn something for themselves, think about, connect with the like-minded women entrepreneurs, and come home inspired, motivated. And that's our goal, really, for our community, for everyone who is going through, has some challenges, or just want to connect with like-minded people. I think it's really important.
Fantastic, Kat. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us know what's coming up. For me as a life coach, that totally makes sense. And the beauty from the outside in concept, I know when I came to one of your events, you really motivated me to run with what was on my heart as a woman and a woman in
Yeah.
business, and to show everyone that I care. And that's why with me, with our skincare, us girls, we bite for the guys, we all benefit and we all get healthier. It's a whole meal deal. Thank you, Kat, for coming. I really appreciate you. I can hardly wait to see you at the next event, and connect with us at Revive25 Skincare. And Kat, what's your Instagram handle?
So it's Mortgages with Katerina. That's for my business page. And we've got a community for women in business. Van City Boss Ladies, join us. Um, Look at Genevieve, how far she's come. I absolutely adore you. Thank you for having me. You're such a motivation. You're such an inspiration. You just inspire all of us with your wisdom, with your smile, with your generosity. You're just so genuine, and I can't wait to see where your business journey goes, and I'm here to support.
Thank you. Thank you, Kat. Thank you all for joining us. Like, subscribe, check out Kat, check out Genevieve. You know where to find us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been Walk with Wisdom with host Genevieve Wisdom. Tune in each week as Genevieve will present powerful guests who will inspire you to make every step count. Whether you're walking your dog, tackling your morning run, or enjoying a quiet moment with your headphones, Walk with Wisdom is your companion for redefining what it means to age powerfully and intentionally. Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave TV network. Powered by B2 Studios. Take the first step with us, because wisdom isn't about what you've left behind. It's about everything that lies ahead.